The Institute for Social Innovation and Impact has been quite heavily involved in work around social innovation, social impact measurement over the last 4 years actually. Originally working with Vietnam National University and now working with the Centre for Social Innovation and Entrepreneurship at National Economics University. Effectively to support well, both institutions, but actually the wider sector in Vietnam around social impact business. And really, ultimately, to help scale and grow a social impact business sector in Vietnam, which we believe is of paramount importance if you're going to be dealing with the social problems that Vietnam has. The future challenges it's going to have around climate change, for instance. I think it's the 4th most vulnerable country in the world to climate change. We've conducted research, for instance, to understand the needs of social impact businesses in Vietnam, particularly around social impact measurement, but actually more widely around their funding issues that they face, and also engaged in knowledge transfer partnerships where we've had members of Vietnamese universities over visiting the UK, either for study visits or even for just one-day visits to come and see how we embed and teach social impact and innovation at the University of Northampton. But also we've been engaged in delivering training workshops, mentoring classes, growing networks in Vietnam itself, so that actually we can bring our expertise and facilitate the startup of some of these things, but actually then the Vietnamese practitioners themselves can actually take ownership of it and can grow it themselves afterwards. It's a win-win for everybody. You know, you solve social problems and you do it without costing governments a lot of money. All of this is absolutely key to the delivery of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Vietnam, like many other countries, is committed to delivering the SDGs and solving certain social problems, or certainly alleviating them by 2030. A social impact business provides another mechanism for you to actually solve social problems and to deliver social impact. The main takeaway from the research being presented today is that social impact business sector in Vietnam is vibrant and it's growing, but it is certainly facing some severe challenges around access to finance, around the support it gets from government and policymakers, and around its ability to define and measure its social impact. So if support can be delivered by government, by NGOs, international or domestic, by investors, by universities like National Economics University, as I know that many of these individuals and organisations already are in Vietnam, but further effort in those areas, that's absolutely paramount to growing the social impact business sector. Obviously we've been working in Vietnam for the last 4 years and we've recently secured some more funding from the Higher Education Funding Council in England to fund our work for the next 3 years in Vietnam. But winning this money is going to free up a lot more avenues of research for us. We're actually going to be launching 2 PhDs in Vietnam, focusing on UNESCO biosphere reserves and also on social innovation in education, but also we'll be engaging in wider research projects with the universities and engaging in more training workshops and staff and student exchanges between the universities, as well as possibly developing a joint bachelor's programme with National Economics University. So this is this funding is going to allow us to really cement that partnership that we have with NEU and to drive the work that we're doing in Vietnam for at least the next 3 years, and I think that really demonstrates the University of Northampton's long-term commitment to supporting social innovation in Vietnam.